Liam only meant to deliver a bouquet of lilies to room 312. He never planned to sit beside the unconscious girl or speak to her like she could hear. What he didn't know was that the girl he was helping heal was the daughter of the man who could destroy his life. Liam Hart had never been good at hospitals. The smell of antiseptic and the echo of hurried footsteps pulled old memories to the surface. His wife's battle with cancer, the quiet beep of monitors counting down the seconds between hope and heartbreak. Still, he was back years later. Not for himself, but for someone else. He wasn't supposed to be here. His job was to deliver flowers. Simple, harmless, fragrant distractions. But that day, when he arrived at St. Clair's Hospital with a bouquet of white lilies, something tugged at him. The nurse at the reception, weary and kind, told him the flowers were for room 312. "Poor girl," she murmured. "Been like that for weeks. Car accident. Parents hardly ever come." He nodded, curiosity gnawing at him. When he stepped into room 312, he didn't expect the silence to feel so heavy. The girl lying on the bed looked barely 20. Pale skin, a mess of dark auburn hair, and an IV line running like a fragile lifeline to the machine beside her. Her name, Clara, was written on the chart at the end of the bed. Liam set the flowers down on the side table and turned to leave. But something stopped him. Maybe it was the way the sunlight touched her face through the blinds, or how the machines hummed like distant lullabies. Maybe it was the fact that he'd seen that same stillness in his wife once. The next day, he came again. He told himself it was to replace the flowers. Professional courtesy, nothing more. But soon he found himself talking to her. About his day. About his son, Noah, who was 8 and believed superheroes wore work boots and carried lunchboxes. "You'd like him," Liam said one afternoon, straightening the sheets. "He's got this way of seeing the good in everything. Maybe he could lend me some of that." He never expected her to answer. Weeks passed. Between work, parenting, and exhaustion, Liam found time to visit Clara. He read to her, told her stories, and sometimes just sat in silence. The quiet comfort of another soul, sleeping or not, soothing something inside him he didn't realize was still raw. Noah started asking about her, too. "Is she your friend, Dad?" Liam smiled. "Something like that, buddy." One Saturday, Noah insisted on coming along. He brought a crayon drawing, stick figures holding hands beneath a bright yellow sun. "For when she wakes up," he said. Liam's chest tightened. When they arrived, the nurse smiled knowingly. "You're quite the regular, Mr. Hart. The girl's father paid the bills today. Barely looked up from his phone." "You're the only one who ever stays." Liam just nodded. He didn't judge. Everyone grieved differently. Then, one morning, Clara's fingers moved. It was small, just a twitch, but enough for Liam to call the nurse. By the time the doctors confirmed she was showing signs of improvement, he was grinning like a fool. When she finally opened her eyes a week later, he was there, holding a wilted lily from his first delivery. Her voice was hoarse. "Who are you?" He laughed softly. "Just the flower guy." Over the next few weeks, as she recovered, Liam and Noah visited often. They told her stories of playground adventures and burned dinners, of hope and silly jokes. Clara listened, sometimes laughing, sometimes crying, as if catching up on all the life she'd missed. Then came the day he met him. Mr. Victor Langford, Clara's father. Liam recognized him instantly, not from the hospital but from the office. Langford was his boss, the CEO of the company where Liam worked as a delivery contractor. A powerful man, always distant, his suit pressed sharper than his smile. They locked eyes in the hospital hallway. Langford frowned. "What are you doing here, Hart?" Liam hesitated, suddenly aware of his cheap jacket and muddy boots. "Visiting a friend." "My daughter," Langford said coldly. His eyes softened, but only for a heartbeat. "You've been the one leaving those flowers." "Yes, sir." For a long moment, neither spoke. Then, unexpectedly, Langford extended a hand. "Thank you," he said, voice low. "You were there when I wasn't." Liam didn't know what to say. That night, as he walked out with Noah, he looked up at the sky, clear and quiet, the same color as Clara's eyes when she smiled. Weeks later, she was discharged. She sent Liam a handwritten note. "You showed up when the world forgot me. I won't forget that." He smiled as he folded the letter. Life had a strange way of crossing paths, sometimes through loss, sometimes through lilies, sometimes through the small kindnesses that heal unseen wounds. And though he never meant to find meaning in a hospital room again, Liam realized something. Helping someone back to life had brought a piece of his own back, too.